It's September. I would say the air is getting crisp, but we've had a lot of good heat these last couple of days. The good news is the Buffalo Bills are undefeated so far. Their first game isn't until Monday, so we'll see how they do. But students, they're all back to school, and we want to talk today about learning and enrichment. So we're here this morning because we're asking you to help us spread the word among our parents and caregivers that the City of Rochester is ready to help you find additional enrichment activities for your children during the after-school hours. The city's 11 neighborhood hour centers begin their after-school schedules this Monday, September 11th. In the Fall Guide, our seasonal catalog of recreation programs has just been published with a whole gamut of programs that will keep kids physically active, mentally engaged, and emotionally supported by caring adults. And this is the guide. You know, we had our summer guide. This is our fall guide. Folks can pick this up. It's also available online. And we have a full suite of athletic programs, including flag football, floor hockey, basketball, dance, step, and cheer. We have educational programs like Earth Explorers to get kids outside and engaged with nature. Our Young People Moving Forward program helps kids build the skills they'll need to be successful adults with field trips and service learning projects. There are swimming lessons, double Dutch teams, ceramics classes, Latin cooking classes. The people who develop these programs are constantly looking for new ways to keep kids engaged and having fun. And they're thinking outside the box to make sure these programs are interesting and relevant for today's youth. We have online gaming and video game challenges, hip-hop dance classes, Monday night football club, which I think would be a fun one. We have programs to prepare young people for future employment future employment opportunities in handling money, financial management classes, entrepreneurial enterprise program, and work readiness programs. There's even a class called, and I thought that this one was interesting, Vocabulary, that uses hip-hop to teach vocabulary. These programs could cost upwards to hundreds of dollars in the private market, and believe me, many parents are paying that amount for private programs. But here in the city of Rochester, there is no charge for them because they're at our centers, which is our centers. They belong to you and me and the people of Rochester, so we want to make use of them. It makes sense for us to make use of these programs. But the R Centers offer children something even more important than programs and activities. They provide children with near daily access to caring adults who have their best interest in mind. The people who work in the R Centers are there to help kids sort out whatever concerns they might have. You know, I talk about it all the time. One of my first jobs was at the R Centers. I worked at Genesee Valley and I worked at Flint Street. And great experience for me, but even a greater experience for the young people that had the opportunity to be around caring adults who were going to help them thrive. At the start of the summer, we launched our social emotional wellness pilot program with certified mental health counselors in 4 of our R Centers. But all our center staff, by virtue of their jobs, provide this social emotional support for our children. They do these jobs because they have a sincere concern for the well-being of our children, and they want to see them succeed in life. They want what's best for them. And that's a major theme of what we're doing for children this year. We're looking for every opportunity we can find to bring children and young people together with adults who can be good role models for them, to show them, to model for them how to be successful. We sent students home during the pandemic, and many of them did not get the level of adult interaction that they need at their stage of development. They were left alone to engage with each other on social media, which we all know has a tendency to desensitize people to rude and antisocial behavior. You know how I feel about some of these social media tools when they're used for negative behavior. And they watched a lot of stuff on YouTube and TikTok that glorified illegal activity and violence. And when you combine that with the availability of illegal guns, that is a toxic nature that has a negative effect on our young people. And the antidote for that are these programs and services that we are providing for our young people through our R Centers and in our Fall Guide. And as if you remember in our State of the City address, we talked about all those challenges, the car challenges, the TikTok challenges. We have to counter them. We have to answer the call by doing those things that are positive for our young people. But again, you know, it's always important for me to stress that the vast majority of our children and young people are staying out of trouble and doing the right thing. I saw it this summer. And we just concluded our Summer of Opportunity program, and a lot of us had a chance to interact with these young people in the workplaces all summer long. And it was a refreshing reminder that we have so many good kids in our community, kids who are looking for a chance to get ahead and prepare themselves for the future. And we're here for them too. I want to also remind you that in November, again, I've been mentioning this at every press conference, we're going to kick off the Mayor's Mentor Up Gala to bring young people together with adults in the community who will serve as mentors for them. We're expanding and enhancing programs like My Brother's Keeper and Pillars for Hope and Youth Voice One Vision. And our youth activities extend beyond the Department of Recreation and Youth Services where we are today. City libraries have their own set of programs to keep children engaged. They have teen writing groups, computer coding clubs, and the K-pop dancing classes, among other programs. And don't forget, September is National Library Card Sign-Up Month. So all of our library branches are ready to help parents sign up children for their first library card. And in the police department, we're kicking off our next round of the Do the Right Thing award ceremonies, which will be starting soon. And the RPD will also be holding a youth engagement program developed by the National Organization of Black Law Enforcement Executives called Law in Your Community to help young people learn more about the law and how to communicate with police officers. So parents, we're here to help. We have after-school programs in our R centers to keep your kids busy and learning in after-school hours. And we have programs all across city government to bring children and adults together to enhance their development. And you can learn more by visiting our website or calling 311 to take advantage of these programs that your kids will thank you for later. Now, to tell you more about some of these programs, I would like to have Sarah Fletcher, our Deputy Commissioner of the Department of Recreation and Human Services, come up and give you a few words. Sarah?
Thank you, Mayor Evans. I just want to say thank you so much to the youth and recreation staff for coming up with an incredible fall recreation programming for Rochester's children and families. It's all in here. It's a very impressive catalog of fun and learning. What strikes me as I look through the R Guide is the level of responsiveness that's reflected by each R Center's individual selection of programs. They're not cookie cutter, they're not one-size-fits-all programs that get dropped into any R Center or recreation facility in any neighborhood. These programs offered at each R Center reflect the running conversation between the staff of the center and the neighborhoods that they serve. At the Gant Center, for example, in the Northeast Rochester, they offer a Top Chef culinary program. While at Edgerton in the Northwest, they have a Latin soul cuisine. The Frederick Douglass Center in the Southeast has a girls' softball clinic, and here in TC Hope Center in the Northwest, they have Double Dutch. We have youth sports leagues and athletic skill development camps at the Rochester Community Sports Complex. And for those parents and guardians who want to pay a very low and reasonable rate for high-quality supervised after-school care, we have After School in the Park at Lake Riley. Each of our 11 R centers and rec facilities are unique as the people who work there and the members who utilize our services. And with the exception of After School in the Park, they're all available free of charge to every resident of the city of Rochester. You don't have to live near Edgerton to take Latin soul cuisine. You don't have to live near TC Hope to participate in Double Dutch. If you live in the city, you can participate in any of our programs. But while each center is different, there are some important common threads that bind them, and the most important thread is the absolute dedication that our staff and their commitment to the children in their care. They sincerely care about these kids. They laugh with them and they cry with them. They are there for them. And now we're building on that empathy to give the staff the tools they need to have even more supportive of these children at their centers. As part of the same pilot program that the mayor mentioned that brought certified mental health counselors to 4 R centers, we're also providing our center staff with formal training that will improve their ability to identify and respond to the social and emotional needs of the members in their centers. And thanks to the partnership with FoodLink, we even make sure kids in the R centers get nutritious snacks and dinner each night. So we're not just looking out for their emotional needs, we're making sure that they're eating the kind of food that help their growing bodies develop and mature in the best way possible. Obviously, the neighborhood R centers are a great option for working parents who want the comfort of knowing their children are in a safe place when they get out of school. But the truth is, these R centers are great options for every parent, whether you work in an office, work from home, or don't work at all. When kids get out of school, they want to have fun, and that's exactly what they should be doing during that time. It's the best place for children to have fun is where they feel safe. a place where they feel supported and nurtured by an adult who sincerely cares about them. And that's what our Rochester's R Center and youth recreation programs are all about. They're safe havens for our city's children, safe havens where kids can be kids. And if they learn something while they're having fun and being a kid, that's even better for us. These R centers and programs are an incredible resource for our families, and I encourage every parent or caregiver in our city to visit the city's website today to learn more about them. Visit www.cityofrochester.gov/rcentral to create an R Central membership account. Once you do that, it's like getting a free membership to a gym or club with an ever-evolving selection of programs and activities. And that includes programs and facilities for adults as well. We have weight rooms that any citizen can use, basketball courts, a women's basketball league, line dancing, nature walks, and guided bike rides. These programs are available for the whole family. We don't just believe me, create an account on R Central and start browsing through our programs today. Again, that's www.cityofrochester.gov/rcentral. When your child comes home from an R Center, exhausted and smiling and looking forward to going back the next day to do it again, you'll be glad you did create an account. So like it says on the front cover of our R Guide, harvest the fun. And signing up on R Central is your ticket to the harvest. Thanks. And now, Mayor Evans, back to you.
Thank you. Thank you, Sarah. And I neglected at the beginning to thank our host here at Campbell Street, our director. Where's she? Oh, she about? Montina. But Montina was just here, so I want to thank Montina for hosting us at this at great center. We have 11 R centers, and I will tell you that the data is pretty clear that young people that are involved in good, positive activity, after-school programming, they stay out of trouble. It gives them an opportunity to not only excel academically, but it gives them an opportunity to connect with kids who are doing the right thing and caring adults. So I can't stress enough to the parents, caregivers, teachers, everyone out there to spread the word. Get young people to get involved in these activities. We're blessed in Rochester that we have 11 R centers. They're all beautiful. I mean, you're in one of them. And you can go over to Adams Street, from Adams Street to here at Tyshawn Caldwell here on Campbell Street. It doesn't matter where you go. You will be blessed with the facilities that we have and the investments that we made, not just in programming, but also the physical plants that we have here in our R Center. So with that, I'll take any questions that anyone may have. Again, I would urge you to visit cityofrochester.gov, call 311, but also go online or just pick up the hard guide. There's something about having this guide in your hand. And I know my family personally takes advantage of many of the activities that the city offers as it relates to our young people. So any questions from our friends in the media on the fall harvest, where we're going to be harvesting the fun?
This gives something for kids to do after school, but also allows parents to work through 5 o'clock or after the evening shift. Can you explain how giving these kids something to do will allow those parents to stay at work and be able to provide?
Well, I think it gives parents the peace of mind, because if you are a parent and you have to think about it, and as a parent myself, I think about, man, would I want my kid at home, unsupervised with no one there while I'm working, or would I like them at an R Center when I know that they are doing the nature camp or doing a hip-hop dance class or doing soccer? I think that gives parents the peace of mind that they can work at their job and not have to worry about where their kids are or whether or not they're around people who are doing positive things. And so this really does give parents the opportunity to have their kids in an environment where they are getting the skills they need to be able to succeed in life, and that parent can work or do whatever it is they need to do with a peace of mind, because they know that their children are in a safe, welcoming environment. So it's a great question. It's a great opportunity for parents to be able to take advantage of the programming and do whatever it is they need to do, and know that their kids are in a nurturing and caring environment in a great facility like this, or wherever our center they decide to send their kid to.
Isn't it also important with these R centers, it's not just about fun, it's taking care of the whole person?
It's absolutely, and I think that what you find from our from most R centers is that a lot of kids, they may have some fun playing basketball, but they also know that they have a possible mentor, or they build friendships that sometimes can last a lifetime, which I think is very important. But more importantly, they have a caring adult. Oftentimes, kids will bring their homework, so someone may be there to be able to help them with their homework. With our pilot on the social-emotional at 3 of our centers, that gives young people the opportunity to talk about a challenge that they may have. So I think that all those things are great. So not only are young people having fun, they're also looking at, they also get help with helping them develop as a person. And I think that that is just important. I think that if you look here, you got a pool table, you got some video games. These are things that bring young people in, but I think what gets them to stay is the care and love that they get from the staff. And that, you can't put a price tag on that. And I think that that is something that needs to be stressed, because coming to an R Center, you get more than just the fun. You get a caring adult, and you build friendships with other young people that you have in your neighborhood or in your community. And I think that that's a great add-on to what you're getting, to addition to all the things that are on the fall guide. We can't even write on paper how great that added benefit is. Anything else? Okay, well, thank you. Please please spread the word. We want to make sure that everyone takes advantage of the pages and pages of activities that we have in the fall guide. I want to thank Dr. Green and Sarah for their work on this, and all the teams and all the folks that are here from our R centers and from the Department of Recreation and Human Services for all their work. Thank you very much.